This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14. It says, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Agabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and the Heavenly Father definitely has a perverse spirit in the midst of this spiritual Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, better known as America. Okay, and I want to get this word for perverse in the Hebrew, okay? And the word for perverse is I wa ayum. All right, I wa ayum. It says a distorting, a perverting, a warping. You see, perversity. You know, a warped judgment. You know, let's look up the root of warped. It says to bend, to twist, to distort. To be bent, be bowed down, be twisted, be perverted, to twist, distort, to do perversely, to commit iniquity, do wrong, you see? And that's what this whole American system, this whole American way under the vibration of Esau, Edom is, has produced a total, warped, distorted, perverted, and a society filled with iniquity and perverseness. You see, and this is why America is staggering. This is why, as Elder Apostle Gabar likes to say, this country is circling the drain. You see, and this is why, America is no longer respected around the world. You know, this place is a laughing stock. This place is it's an embarrassment. You know, everybody now is looking down upon America, and this is why America, in the eyes of the nations around the world, is no longer fit to be, the city on top of a hill, so to speak. This place is basically has just ran its course. It's finished. It's through. And that's even the sentiment, like this article is going to say, that's, where the fuck did it go? Damn it. Let me do this. I don't know where the hell it went, but let's do this. Let me go back here. I was just reading this article. Where the hell did it go? Where's the shit? Okay, here we go. See this? It says, the American pride has fallen off a cliff. And you see? And this is one thing we know that the Heavenly Father hates is pride. And America, has been a very proud country for many, many years, especially as it, America has had, the world by the balls, it's had the world reserve currency. It's had the strongest military the earth has ever seen. So for the longest, America has been, that city upon a hill. America has been the beacon and the light of the whole planet Earth. But in the whole time, it's, it's just been the land of complete and utter wickedness and perversion. This place is, the valley of the shadow of death, man. And now America has, caused these nations and these other countries to go mad. They have made the nations drunk with their wine and with their fornication. And now it's all coming home to roost, man. Now these nations are realizing that, look, everything that America stands for is not as it seems. They presented this place as, this great and glorious place, the beacon of the world, the example to follow. But, that was just on from the outside looking in. Now that these people are really getting a good look inside of America and seeing its policies, its presidents, seeing the moral decay of the society, you know, the music, the you know, the movies, the vibration of Babylon the Great, people are realizing that this place is, you know, that whore, that great whore, you know, that all these nations have committed fornication with. Now these nations are realizing once you lay in bed with a dog, which is America, you get fleas. This place will corrupt, you know, your citizens. It'll corrupt cultures. It'll corrupt your people and turn them to a bunch of damn perverted demons, man. You see? And this is why it says what American pride has fallen off a cliff, man, because ultimately the Lord has has that perverse spirit here upon Babylon the Great, and now it's fully being exposed, you know, for the, you know, for the, you know, for the you know, for the fraud that it really is. And now even amongst these American people, they're losing hope, and their American pride is totally dwindling, you know, as this administration is doing a piss poor job of the economy. You know, you go on YouTube, you see all these videos of Americans, you know, talking about they can't afford to live. You know, they're making more money than ever, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck. They can't have any savings. You know, they believe that the American dream is gone. You know, they're told if I was to work hard and I was to go to college, I would get a degree and do it the right way. I would have a good job and a career. I could buy a home. But now they're realizing that that was all a damn scam. And that's no longer, you know, the American dream. That is all a lie. All right. People are realizing if you do work hard and go to college, it's not going to lead to that successful job. It's not going to lead to you being able to buy a house and start a family. They're finding out once you go to college, you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life. A debt that you'll never be able to pay back. You'll never buy a home, no matter how hard you work. You know, your hard work will just not pay off. You know, according to the American dream, and people are finding themselves more hopeless, more in despair. A lot of people are, you know, a lot of people wishing that a meteorite would just hit this planet and just, you know, do away with this world, man. You see why? Because it's all because of wicked rulership and that perverse spirit the Lord has on Babylon. This is Sirach 10:1. I mean, Ecclesiasticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. You see, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. You see, and this place has been under the vibration and under the you know, the vibration of a wicked and foul, perverted ruler known you know, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And now that poison has finally sunk into the veins of these people that have you know, put their faith and trust in it. Now we're seeing the results of it, man. And people are tired, people are sick, people are exhausted, people are depressed, you know, people are on all these antidepressants. People are, you know, suffering from mental illness. People are, you know, very suicidal. People are on, you know, drinking more than ever, you know, and people are completely destroyed here in Babylon the Great, man. Why? Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. You see, so these people are destroyed because of this unwise king, because of the way that the so-called white man runs his rulership in this society. And now it's all coming home, you know, it's all hitting home in a major way. And now the pride of America has fallen off a cliff, man, and it's never going to rebound again. Remember, we would have healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. Trump is not going to make America great again. You know, nobody's going to make America great again. This place is on the decline, and it's accelerating into a downward spiral until eventually it's going to be eventually destroyed, man. So let's read some of those articles. It says, share who say they are proud to be an American by religious affiliation. Yeah, white evangelical Protestant 70%, white Catholic 66%, white mainland non-evangelical Protestant 64%. A Latter-day Saint, Hispanic Protestant, Hispanic Catholic, Black Protestant. And basically, the only one that's still hanging on with a little bit of hope and pride in America is so-called Edomites, white people. And I get why they are, because it's really all they have to hang their hat on. They don't have anything else, you know. You see, this is why a lot of these Edomites voted for Trump, because they were believing the promise of him making America great again, which was pretty much a code word for them taking back the superiority and putting you so-called blacks, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans back in slavery, putting you back in your place as the the white nationalistic, good old boy dream by Trump was was being offered to them. You see? But we know how that's going to end. It says a profound identity crisis has gripped America ahead of its 250th birthday. Citizens are less proud, less religiously unified, and losing faith that the American dream still works. You see? Why? Because like I read, the Lord has that perverse spirit. And like I read in Ecclesiastes 10th chapter, an unwise king destroyeth his people, man. You see, it starts at the top and it trickles on down to the bottom, man. You see, people are less proud because there's nothing to be proud about here in America anymore. All right. And the only thing that made America proud was so-called white privilege, man. Because so-called Negroes, Latinos, we ain't never had nothing to be proud about here in this society, even though you had a lot of Jakes believing that they had something to be proud about. They believe that this is a great country and we're Americans now. And since they so-called ended slavery, you got the right to vote, that you were given a right to have a part of that pride. But it never really was for you, man. It was created. It was always for these damn devils, man. But now they're realizing that the thrill is gone. You see? And this place is crumbling, and this place is going down the shithole, and the so-called American dream, that white privilege, is slowly going out the window, especially with the advances of technology and this artificial intelligence and this coming, a digital age, man. The so-called America as you knew it, the red, white, and the blue, and everything to be proud about is gone. And these devils is coming with a new world, all right? That's gonna do away with the way that this system has been for the last 250 years. You see, it says what else? It says a new survey from the nonpartisan Public Religion Research Institute finds that Americans are retreating into ideological camps, viewing the opposing side not as a political rival but as threats to democracy itself. It says the big picture, 51% of Americans say they are extremely or very proud of being American, down sharply from 82% in 2013. It says less than half of Democrats believe that being born in America, 42%, believing in God, 41%, or being Christian, 29%, are important to national identity, because those things don't matter anymore, because those things came along with, the good old days, came along with being white in America. And now all those things are being chomped down. Those things are being exposed. All of the lies of what that, this false identity of, an American Christian and the American system brought these people is being destroyed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You see? And these things no longer hold any weight because they're all being exposed. And the only thing that's rising up is the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. These people are realizing that, a lot of these people are having to come to the reality of, the horrific history of America, the slavery of it. And a lot of these Edomites are, having that moment of white guilt, even though they don't really want to accept it and really want to say it's true. But we know a lot of them in their spirit feel it, man. It's like the spirit of America is gone, man. The dominance and the dominance and the American dream, the all of the freedoms and the greatness of America is all being flushed down the toilet, and these people feel it and they know it. These people are finding out that so-called that Christianity was a lie, is loosely based on the Bible. Through the doctrine of the Hebrew Israelites, is doing a number and is doing away with the false, the false truth of Christianity and what it really is about, man, amongst other things. It says the majority of Republicans say being born in America, believing in God, and being Christian are important to being truly American. Americans are also split on the American dream, with less than half believing that hard work gets you ahead. Among 18 to 29-year-olds, belief in the American dream has fallen from 50% in 2024 to 36% today. And it's only going to further decline. Hey, wait till this economic collapse hit. Wait till the so-called brokered peace deal between Iran and America falls through, and that Strait of Hormuz get closed, and these up and coming famines and this El Nino and these plagues, these prophetic plagues finally hit Babylon the Great, and all hell breaks loose in this society, man. Hey, these people are going to completely lose trust and faith in this American dream, man. And it's just going to be, every man for himself. It says, what you really see is one vision of the country and one mood among Republicans, and a very, very different vision of the country and mood among both independents and Democrats. Yep. Yep. Pretty much this place is through, man. Like we've been prophesying and telling you. Hey, America only has one place to go, and that's down, man. And the Lord is going to continue to bring the plagues and the punishment and the judgment upon this place. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see? And this is spiritually talking about America, because again, America is spiritual Egypt. And now we're seeing the result of our people putting their faith in America, putting their faith in this political system, putting their faith in the red, white, and the blue, putting their faith in being an American citizen, and not putting their faith in being, the children of God, of being the Israelites, and going back into the old paths wherein is the good way, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, admitting our faults and iniquity and sins to the Most High, and trying to get back in good, standings with the Heavenly Father. Our people have put their total faith and trust here in Babylon the Great, America, man. And now it's looking like, you made the wrong decision. All right, you put your faith and trust in the wrong thing, because now everything that you thought was swell and well, like I said, the American dream. If you go to college, if you work hard, if you get a degree, if you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, if you just work hard and, do what you got to do, you can make it here in Babylon the Great, no matter where you came from. Remember, this place used to be the land of opportunity. It was a dream of every immigrant and every foreigner to come here to America, because you can make something of yourself. You can come late. If you come here and you work hard, pretty much the streets are paved with gold. You can come here and start a business. You can be successful. But those days are long gone, man. These people are realizing that they're realizing that that ain't true anymore, man. And now what? You put your faith and your trust in this place. You thought you was going to vote your way into something better. You even had Mexicans for Trump, blacks for Trump, putting their faith, thinking that this man was going to really make America great again. And he duped and played all of your ass, man. And we warned you and told you to never trust thine enemy. We told you prophetically that this place was going to fall and it's never going to rise again. We've been telling you that the Lord is going to bring plague, pestilence, and the plagues of Egypt as before, which are still yet to come. We've been telling you it's going to be race riots, food riots, economic collapse, blackouts, cyber attacks, man, that there's nothing good coming into society, but our people still told us to shut the hell up, and they wanted to put their faith in Babylon and in America. And now look at you. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. You see? Hey, and I was watching an elder brother from Vegas, Karatazar video that he did earlier today with that little Judite chick who was complaining about, America and not having nothing. And, my baby daddy don't do nothing for me. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm struggling. I'm this, I'm that. And she ended up offing herself, man. And you're going to see more of that as things take a turn for the worse. And as these people who put their faith in America, wholeheartedly, as they realize that, they put their faith and trust in the wrong thing. And they finally realize that this place is done. Stick a fork in it. It's cooked. It's never going to bounce back. You're going to see a lot of people choose that route, man. You see? Hey, this is why we told our people to put our faith and trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? But they're going to find out the hard way, and hey, and it's going to be the biggest I told you so in history, man. But as you can see, hey, the pride of America is gone, man. People are finally realizing that, hey, they were sold a lie, that this ultimately at the end of the day, this place is just finished. It's ran its course. All right. The Lord is getting ready to end this society and end this age. He's going to bring in a new kingdom where dwelleth righteousness, man. You see, and if our people had their faith and comfort in prophecy and in the scriptures, they wouldn't be so down and out. They wouldn't be so depressed, because ultimately they wouldn't be putting their faith in this failing system. And then this American system was getting ready to fall off a cliff, man. Last precept, and I'm going to roll. Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And you're going to continue to mourn, right? Because the wicked are still in authority, and they ain't done putting their stank and their funk, here upon Babylon the Great. And it's only going to get worse as we get closer and closer into the end, man. And it's only going to spiral into this third world war, which is going to lead to the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great, man. You see? Thus saith the Lord. So, hey, man, we warned you people, and we're still going to warn you. You Jake out there, you better get right with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, man, repent. Forsake Babylon the Great, man, because this place is through. It don't have much longer here in this society, man. It's only going to be able to hold up for so much longer before it goes belly up, and the shit hits the fan, and this economic system in this world as we know it in Babylon the Great totally collapses, man. And if you don't have your faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, hey, you're doomed. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. To the next one, Shalom.